Hello. A common tactic used by filmmakers when telling stories is to open with an image, an opening image that is later reflected or mirrored or called back in some way with a closing image. So, this technique I do like to refer to as mirroring, that you have parallels between the beginning of a film story and the very end. Sometimes they're almost the same exact scene. Two characters are sitting in a car looking out over a cliff and talking, and the film opens with that scene, and then all this stuff happens in the middle of the story before the film comes back to that exact same scene. So essentially, it was a flash forward of sorts. How can a film get away with doing that? Well, often there's some addition at the end that adds to that scene. So something that had been missing from the opening is now suddenly revealed that helps conclude the narrative. But in another sense, even just using similar imagery or even the same imagery at the beginning and end of a story uh, um, still retains an emotional impact for the viewer because so much stuff has happened in the middle of the film that we saw these characters at the very beginning sitting in a car looking out over the view of the cliff. All this stuff happened in the middle. Now they're back sitting in a car looking out over a cliff, and we understand the scene and the image differently because of all the things that happened in the middle. So I like to encourage people when writing stories to consider using similar tactics. One way would be to open with a story that's anecdotal to the topic or general gist of the written story that you're working on. And then to return to that opening story at the end and provide some sort of a resolution or an outlook towards the future.